Okay, let's get to Joe Rogan.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Well. If it isn't old horseworm Rogan. Man.
Bro, do I have to sue CNN?
I don't know, do you?
They're making it up. They keep saying I'm taking horse dewormer. I literally got it from a doctor. It's an American company.
Mm-hmm.
They won the Nobel Prize in 2015.
Remember how I said he was going to bring up the Nobel Prize? There you go. Okay, pre-watch Andy. I know. Just get it out. He's also most likely going to bring up that I threw the kitchen sink at it, and they hyper-focused on one part because they're all fucking biased. It's not the horse dewormer, as he already said. It's the human version of it. And lastly, that I'm taking it seriously. Like, they get mad at me when they say I'm not taking COVID seriously, when I say young people shouldn't get vaccinated. And then they get mad at me when I take it seriously and I take everything I possibly could. Homie took monoclonal antibodies. I wonder if he'll bring that up in here, aside from just like arguing against the fact that he took horse dewormer.
Think at it. IV drips and what is it?
Monoclonal antibodies.
And what is monoclonal antibodies?
It's the shit they gave Trump.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or did you already want ivermectin?
Well, I had this guy on, Dr. Pierre Corey, and he is, what is the organization he's from? Frontline COVID Critical Care Workers.
Dude, he literally, oh my God, I didn't know he had that frontline medical doctors people on. Are you kidding me? So he didn't even get it from a legitimate doctor. He got it from like a bunch of charlatan doctors. Wait, what is this? Frontline critical care lines? Is it a different one? Yeah, Pierre Corey. This is the guy. Oh yeah, this is the guy. ICU and lung doctor. I'm branching out into nonstop cartoons today. Get some horse sense. He's posting about Ben Garrison cartoons, dude. It's a different organization that made the current protocol for treatment in hospitals. They've gone off the rails and had a lot of doctors quit further into the pandemic. You mean the plandemic, brother? The FLCCC, they push Ivermectin. These pages contain the scientific rationale that justifies the use of Ivermectin in COVID-19. Are these the guys that created the falsified? No, it wasn't the falsified study, but Frontiers removes controversial Ivermectin paper. Wait, this was theirs? Editors of Frontiers in Pharmacology have taken down the article from the Frontline COVID-19 Critical Care Alliance. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it was them. Okay. These are the guys. All right. So here's the fucking nitty and the gritty. Joe Rogan is talking about a group of doctors that have had like one of the famous studies on the efficacy of ivermectin in treating COVID pulled from Frontiers before the publication, pre-publication. And of course, the abstract had already been viewed by 85,000 times. That doesn't matter because like people suck this stuff up. There's like websites designed specifically to like pull any sort of ivermectin study that's favorable for ivermectin. If you go to like any of these fucking websites, they are working round the fucking clock. Okay, they're working overtime trying to like push ivermectin. Once again, these kinds of bad studies, these kinds of faulty data ridden studies are unscientific and actually harm real scientific research. By the way, what is incredibly frustrating is like, even if ivermectin had the capability of like helping people, when you put falsified data, when you knowingly and willingly falsify data in a study in an effort to push this miracle cure in the form of ivermectin, you ultimately end up, devaluing the actual research that might come out. Oh yeah, I mean, I've literally done this exact same thing. How do I keep falling for these pump and dump schemes? Says Richie Deals. I've done this literal thing. Allah liker posted. As you guys know, I've done it like so many times on this broadcast. Hydroxychloroquine versus ivermectin versus critical race theory. This is always how they do this. They just like fucking find a new thing to grasp onto, and that's how you show how subversive you are. People like my dad don't have the medical or technological literacy to tell the difference between a radical group of quack doctors and thousands of professionals across the world that are unanimously agreeing on the same thing. Even when they hear the unanimous agreement, they say, well, there's a, conspiracy. There's a widespread fucking conspiracy that is causing doctors to fucking feed you this instead of anything else. So that's the other problem. Where even when they're challenged or when they're faced with like the doctors they once believed were fucking grifters, or that there is a consensus on this, or there's not enough studies at least, and that the FDA is against the use of ivermectin for COVID relief, and the fucking pharmaceutical corporation Merck that is responsible for the human version of ivermectin is urging people not to take it for COVID because there's not enough data available to show that it's effective at treating people with COVID. It causes people to only dig deeper into their fucking delusions, and as they did with hydroxychloroquine, as they are now doing with ivermectin.
Multiple doctors told me to take it. It's supposed to have, what is the exact thing it's supposed to do? There's something that I highlighted. Ivermectin was found to be a blocker of viral replicase, REPLICASE protease.
Why are you doing this? Bro, if you can't fucking read, then don't even try. You know what I mean? I'm the same way, by the way. I'm a fucking idiot, dude. The difference between me and Joe Rogan is that we both recognize that we're fucking brain dead morons, but only one of us recognizes that, like, talking about this sort of thing goes beyond our scope of understanding and comprehension. We are fucking outmatched, okay? So I would rather listen to the combined information that's available to me, including the overwhelming majority of experts that have studied this, like pharmacologists, rather than a random fucking friend of mine who was in academia at some point, who has aligned themselves with like another fucking quack doctor that goes against the grain and that goes against like the multitude of scientific research available that currently, as it stands, does not show that ivermectin is a good or efficient treatment method for COVID. That's the difference, okay? 98% of doctors have gotten the vaccine. 2% of doctors have not. If you're literally going to find the 2% of doctors and having them on your broadcast over and over again, you're a fucking asshole. At a certain point, you got to realize, like, you are literally a merchant of misinformation. You are spreading vaccine hesitancy. You're hurting public health measures that people are trying to take. You're being a fucking idiot.
Also, that was the other thing that happened in Tokyo, in Japan, which is apparently they're very conservative about the medication that they use. But the Tokyo Medical Association chairman held a live press conference recommending ivermectin to all doctors for all COVID patients.
But with regard to this, people go, it's insane to take ivermectin. Like, you see it everywhere.
It is insane to take horse dewormer, which is what a lot of these people are fucking taking, because doctors are not prescribing the ivermectin to them. So they're going to fucking feed stores and literally getting the horse dewormer. What the fuck? It is actually insane. It is beyond parody. And the most hilarious part about this is, like, why are you making fun of the rural conservative folks? Why are you dehumanizing them and calling them hogs for taking hog medicine instead of the regular free to fucking get vaccine that the government is fucking distributing to every single person that wants to take it? Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about with the Tokyo thing, by the way. What is that? Oh, this is like another one. Japan has not endorsed ivermectin as a COVID-19 treatment. Social media posts suggest that Japan's government recommends using anti-parasitic drug ivermectin to treat COVID-19, citing remarks by the chairman of the Tokyo Medical Association. This is misleading. While he cautiously supported the treatment, the association does not represent the country's government, which has not endorsed ivermectin for that use. So once again, Joe Rogan is going after like another fucking singular group of doctors that have decided that ivermectin is actually the fucking poggers treatment. Online articles also say ivermectin was approved as a COVID-19 treatment in Japan. These claims are circulating online during a spike in health problems caused by ingesting veterinary ivermectin in the mistaken belief that it will protect them against COVID-19 or treat the deadly disease. Neither Tokyo Medical Association nor Ozaki are affiliated with the Japanese government, and members of the organization can only provide recommendations. Today, I learned that ivermectin apparently sterilizes the majority, 85% of men that take it. Big Pharma playing 4D chess. No, dude. Listen, guys. Everyone is doing this. Stop doing the thing. It's one fucking study out of Nigeria that you're doing the same thing that people who are like looking at one fucking study with regards to like ivermectin being an efficient fucking COVID relief drug. And you're doing the exact other side of that from a liberal point of view where you think like, oh, everyone's going to get fucking sterilized. 85% of people that take ivermectin are not going to be sterilized. How the fuck is this any different than like you think like these dumbasses thinking that everyone that got the vaccine are going to die? Stop. Don't be fucking delusional, man. Efforts to grow to stamp out use of parasite drug ivermectin for COVID-19. Washington, health experts and groups are pushing to stamp out the growing use of decades-old parasite drug to treat COVID-19, warning that it could cause harmful side effects. And there's little evidence that it helps. There it is, dude. But that's the American Medical Association. Guess what, dude? They don't know. They're lying to you. This one doctor in Japan is telling you the truth, brother. Shut the fuck up. Honest question, not to sound like a dick, but why not let Darwinism play itself out? Because there's Chatter's parents who are like literally on the verge of fucking death, dude. There's a Chatter who just donated saying his parents are like in the fucking ICU and they're about to die. That sucks. They're victims of misinformation ultimately. So I attack the sources of information like Joe Rogan and all these other people. But like, I do also feel a little bit weird about like, you know, finding, that's why I don't look at the Herman Cain Awards subreddit. Cause like, there are randoms, like not cops, not fucking public officials, not like Republican commentators that die. When they die, it's fair game. I make fun of them nonstop. But But I do also sometimes feel bad if it's like someone fucking dying after not taking the vaccine. But the biggest problem with like let these people die narrative is that they're not dying alone. Even if we forget like the chatter's parents who are on the verge of death, you have to also remember that like when they're fucking dying, that's a long ass process, bro. That is a fucking sometimes month-long process where they're taking up already exhausted resources away from other people that need the ICU beds for like a fucking gallbladder explosion or some shit. You know what I mean? They're taking up the ICUs. So they don't just fucking end up dying. They end up killing others.
And then you have the head of the fucking Tokyo, whatever, medical commission saying, take ivermectin.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, well, you should just stop right there. But like, I don't know what's going on. But it's not just that. Joe Rogan doesn't know what's going on. But then he also continues to spread misinformation. And he even debated a fucking doctor who does know what's going on.
But what's crazy is look how better I got.
Yeah.
I got better pretty quick, bitch.
Let's go to like...
Dude, you're such a fucking idiot. It's an anecdote, okay? This is an anecdote, you fucking idiot. Oh my God, this is... Dude, it literally should be illegal for Joe Rogan to talk about these sort of things.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Even if you just took ivermectin and you survived, that's still not... That still doesn't mean that you survived because of the ivermectin. Oh my fucking God. You're a singular person. That is no different and just as idiotic as saying... I got COVID and I didn't take shit and I wasn't vaccinated and I survived, so you can too. It's the exact same mentality. Jesus fucking Christ. Also, what Joe fails to mention here for some fucking weird reason is that he also got monoclonal antibodies, a treatment that at the very least has been declared by authorities to be a potentially efficient recovery method. He mentioned it in the beginning, I know, but he's like now saying it's the ivermectin that he's implying that it's the ivermectin that he took that got him better. You literally said a week ago that he would do exactly this, praise ivermectin and completely gloss over the monoclonal antibodies. Yeah.
I hit it with the NAD and the high dose vitamin C. I think it was 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C in the IV drip, which is like it's very effective. It goes right into your bloodstream, right?
Yeah.
After that, and the monoclonal antibodies and all the other stuff, literally on Monday, I felt pretty fucking good.
It's rather suspicious that while he was saying like, oh man, if you're just like healthy, like you can just take an L with the COVID stuff, and yet he had like an entire medical process designed to quickly recover from COVID, like that he had actually planned and wanted to make sure that he could get healthy quickly. I thought it was just like you could just like take it on the chin, you know? That's so strange. What I also find rather suspicious once again is that like, you know, we're not talking about the monoclonal antibodies and only talking about vitamin C and ivermectin and shit. It's such fucking bullshit, man.
They showed, there was a study that showed that if you've had a previous COVID infection, you're 6 to 13 times more protected than you are with just a Pfizer.
What? That's literally not true. What? Bro, does he just like read? I feel like Joe Rogan only exclusively reads false information about COVID. Like right now, at this point, what he's doing is like honestly impressive. I don't understand. 30% of people infected with COVID don't create antibodies. Listen. If he means like once you get COVID or once you already have the fucking vaccine and then you get COVID, there is information on it that says you have additional protection on top of everything else. But I feel like at this point, he's first of all he's wrong. He means one Pfizer shot probably, and secondly, once again, I feel like in order to misrepresent this level of like false information, in order to misrepresent all this data, he has to be like looking for it. Previous COVID prevents Delta infection better than the Pfizer shot. People who recover from a bout of COVID. What happens when you don't have a fucking, when you don't develop the antibodies though? Instagram post missing context about Israeli study on COVID natural immunity. Oh my God, it's always the same shit. According to his authors, a study conducted in Israel demonstrated that natural immunity from a prior infection with SARS-CoV-2 provided longer lasting and stronger protection against the highly transmissible Delta variant than the vaccine-induced immunity from 2 doses. Some social media users are highlighting the findings, which are far from conclusive. This is why I was yelling about the fucking one ivermectin study that says that like 85% of the men that took ivermectin got infertility. Jumping on a fucking non-peer-reviewed singular fucking study to advocate your own to your already existing preconceived biases is fucking terrifying, and unfortunately this is just what we're doing now. If you already had COVID-19 and recovered, do I still need the vaccination? Yes, you should be vaccinated regardless of whether you had COVID-19 because research has not yet shown how long you are protected from getting COVID-19 again. Vaccination helps protect you even if you already had COVID-19. Evidence is emerging that people get better protection by being fully vaccinated compared to having COVID-19. One study showed that unvaccinated people who already had COVID-19 are more than 2 times likely than unvaccinated people who already had COVID-19, than fully vaccinated people to get COVID-19 again. There's been previous studies shows that vaccines offer better protection than natural immunity, but for some reason, those studies don't get the same attention. Yeah, there have been more studies conducted that show that vaccines provide better immunity than those who naturally got COVID and survived. The issue is how many antibodies you produce wildly changes. It's inconsistent. Time period for how long your body will maintain those antibodies is also inconsistent. So you're still rolling the dice on nature rather than fucking science.
You know, I gave up the argument. I was arguing with my cousin, who's an ID doctor.
What's an ID doctor?
Infectious disease doctor. So this is what she treats. And she's in the hospitals, you know, every day. She was like, when the Delta variant came out, she was like, this thing is no joke. She's like, this is all I'm seeing. You have to get vaxxed, especially if you're going on tour. I was like, well, what about, and whatever. I was like, fine, I'll just go.
Yeah. Thank God, dude. Thank God. Imagine being Tom fucking Segura, by the way, and like arguing with an infectious disease doctor. I love that. I fucking love that, dude. It's like, what do you know? You have no qualifications. Why are you arguing with someone who's literally treating all these people? You didn't have a qualification too, but still argue about antibodies and such? I don't have a qualification. I'm not arguing against the consensus reached by epidemiologists, pharmacologists, and other medical experts that are qualified. I am arguing against idiots that are going against the consensus reached by pharmacologists, epidemiologists, and researchers that are looking at this. I'm not the one conducting the studies. I'm simply telling you what the fucking interpretation of those studies are, rather than hyper-focusing on one singular fucking study that goes against the grain, because I'm not some fucking idiot who thinks that being a free thinker means you always have to be fucking contrarian. The belief that it's some conspiracy when the overall consensus of doctors is what you're saying. How much would these super rich world owners have to pay to get everybody to lie? It's not even that. I mean, it is that. People think that there is like this broad fucking conspiracy theory that like doctors are conspiring against everybody. Of course, those people shut the fuck up real quick when they're like, please put a fucking vent inside of me. I'm gonna die. Please, doctor. They're fucking pissing and shitting themselves, crying in the fucking hospital beds, begging for those very same doctors to literally, treat them. Even though there is this like massive conspiracy apparently. So fuck those people. Suddenly they believe in the fucking science all of a sudden when they're, when push comes to shove and you're literally coughing out your fucking lungs. You have pneumonia. You can't walk without medical assistance. You can't breathe without a fucking machine literally pumping oxygen into your veins. This notion that like there's an international conspiracy among doctors is so fucking laughable. Okay, that like are led by rich people. What are the motivations? Explain to me what the motivations are. Why would they want to fucking kill all the soy sheeple? Soy sheeple are easier to fucking... Why would they want to kill people to begin with? But soy sheeple are the ones who are fucking easy to control. Why would they want the free thinkers, brother, who go against the grain, who don't listen to the fucking authorities? They listen to their own heart and souls and their libertarian ideology. Why would they want all those fucking dipshits to survive? And lastly, there is an actual conspiracy. Yes, medical experts and capital owners are conspiring to get you vaccinated. Why? So we can get over this fucking pandemic. Why? So you can go back to fucking work and keep consuming at the normal levels that we were prior to the pandemic. That's the reason why everyone is like, get the fucking vaccine, dumbass. Why would they want to murder you when your fucking stupid hog ass is but a cog in the machine? But it's still a valuable cog in the machine. You have to work. You have to slave away every goddamn day.
But meanwhile, I don't have a bad message. My message is be healthy. And obviously, there's some merit to that, And
as he smokes a cigar while he's recovering from COVID. What a beautiful picture, dude. It literally does not get better than this, dude. This is the photo. This is like the perfect fucking... You're capturing the best 5 seconds of this interview, okay? My message is be healthy. Yeah, there's also the mathematical formula that shows why large-scale conspiracies are quickly exposed. There is also that, too. It is physically impossible to keep a secret that is so vast, so large that like hundreds of thousands of people are working side by side to maintain that secret. That's why a lot of these like larger fucking conspiracy theories are very quickly disproven.